right, let's do this. We are moving right along. Again, you know, they always say Rome wasn't built in a day, and the reason they say that is because things are going to take a long time to get done. Rome's not going to get built in a day. But we're going to do it. I do not have a lack of people to turn into queues. In fact, it may not just revamping everybody. It's kind of a little bit of laziness. It's a little bit of laziness on my part. I keep forgetting that I'm working on the fifth circle. The fourth circle is done. We are on the fifth circle, so we are well past the halfway mark. Once the fifth circle is done, and again, like I said, I have a smattering of a bunch of people, a bunch of queues. I call them people. I have a smattering of a bunch of queues in and around, because I'm basically just sometimes, you know, doing a little quick cleanup, raising the video, the image quality a bit. Looks nicer. There's a few things that I'm doing. With them, but yeah. It is definitely a mix. I'm definitely doing a mixture of the old and new. indication that a lot of things are taking place and a lot of things are unfolding. I almost had an accident last night. Two cars, and we were traveling at a pretty good speed, and the person decided they didn't want to stop and they nearly T-boned me. I jammed on the brakes. I'm actually surprised I didn't lock up the tires, but I think I have anti-lock brakes. It was kind of interesting. They would have nailed my front end if I just kept going. Of course, they pulled out and they drove really, really slow. Kind of telling me that I shouldn't be doing 60 miles an hour in a residential area, 25-mile-an-hour zone. So yes, I was speeding. But yeah, it was pretty stupid of them to do. It's the state. Drivers are crazy. But then again, I'm a little crazy too, so I guess it goes hand in hand. And I only mention this because car and I was already passing them and they literally almost T-boned me. Just okay. Enough about driving in the car. We're doing good. You and I, we're doing awesome. You're crazy too, so that makes it that's what makes this all worthwhile. I remember when I lost my mind. that's literally all that's literally all overtime does for me. Is I do this job to make money, so having that as a reason why to do overtime is not a bad reason, but it is tearing me apart. Obviously, when I do a lot of overtime, I'm getting the debt down a little bit more. But I keep thinking, like, once the debt's paid off, I don't really need the overtime anymore. Not only will I have to be paying into the principal, but I won't be paying the interest. And that's a lot of money. It's a lot. I'm paying into a lot of money to pay off these debts. And pretty much the overtime pay that I make, it literally goes directly to that. It also pays for like tires, because I've been blowing all brand new tires that I literally just got, which I'm not very happy about, but it is what it is. Cheese with a cheese. Probably should have gotten gas, but I can go a few more days. I mean, today is Wednesday. It's technically my Friday because I have Thursdays and Fridays off. And my work week starts on Saturday. Thing about not working for the post office anymore is that I'm really not a morning person. Yeah, the title of this is Morning Commute, and maybe it's for people who are doing actual morning commutes the day after, but it is what it is. We're definitely in really good. We're in really good shape right now. So, because I don't have to do the mornings. I've never been a morning person. I remember in college. Classes. The earliest class that I ever took in college, I think, was 11. I had an 11 o'clock class. That was the earliest class that I ever took. stuff. But one thing that the overnight actually afforded me was I was able to study. I was able to get my papers done. I was able to do all the things that I needed to do. And every now and again, I would have a person in there also, who had an issue with their computer. And one of the great things about it is if the computer really had a problem, they can move it on over. Move it on over. Not as much as the clerk job, but I definitely loved it. I loved working in the computer lab because it definitely allowed me to have like a normal college life. Because there were people a lot of people took afternoon classes, so and nothing really was happening in the mornings anyway. I was able to do pretty much had free reign, and then I think my shift started at 10 o'clock. I'd have to look that up. Don't quote me. It was either 10 or 11 o'clock. It was late. It had to be 11. It had to be 10 o'clock because I believe it ran until 6 o'clock in the morning. But I might even be wrong about that. It might have run until like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. You couldn't have run till 8, so it had to run till 7. I think it was 11 to 7 was my shift. And one of the greatest things about that is I could never get forced onto working the first shift. I think it was 11 to 7. Because first shift went until 3 o'clock. And again, like most of those people who worked the early morning shift, they all had afternoon classes. So it was like everybody had afternoon classes. And still, this is a sad thing because I had a few professors in college who did not like sleepers. And I slept in a lot of my classes. It's the only reason why I know they didn't like sleepers. like college. College was good. I liked college better than I liked high school. And it's kind of funny because when I started college, I started it late. I started it after I was, in my early 20s. People thought I was a fucking old man then. But I looked like, I still look like I was like 14 years old. I look like a freshman in high school when I was in college. I'm trying to think of when I finished growing. I think I was like 25, 26 when I reached the height I am at now. And there was a short period of time when I was still growing that I thought I would continue to grow bigger, taller and taller. Every year. Because I was still like having a consistent growth of about an inch. When I was 18 years old, I wasn't even quite 5 foot. I think I was either 4'10" or 4'11". And I hit a really big growth spurt, like where I got, when I was 20, and I think that year I grew like 4 or 5 inches, and then from there on in, I was doing like an inch a year until I hit my current height, which is 5'7". And if I didn't move to a bunch of states where I could actually put in my actual height, driver's license. I lied on my driver's license originally, and I put 5 foot even, and it was like that. It was like that for years. For years, even after I was over 5 feet, I put 5 foot, and I always considered myself small. That is one of the major reasons that cubing is 2'10", because body dwarfism or whatever it's called. I don't even remember what it's called, but that how I see myself, I've always seen myself as small. When I started streaming and people were talking, women, to be fair, were talking about 5'7" being very tall. I was just like, wow, is 5'7" considered tall for a woman? It's definitely not considered tall for a man. I mean, I think 6 foot is considered normal average height. And again, I have 4 brothers, all over 6 feet, so even if I make a new model and change it. From Q, which I don't think I ever will now. The next model will be short, and she'd be like, to answer the question that you didn't ask, the platypus model was going to be my height. So not tall, not short. Maybe a little short, but not tall at all. And it was supposed to like represent me. So as always, cool beans in the comments below. I don't think I've ever discussed why I'm Q Beans, because I was Q Hope before, and now I am Q Beans, and you know, I got rid of that. I got rid of that account, and I will never be Q Hope again. But the reason I picked beans was not because I'm a cute little bean, even though that's kind of cool. It was an after effect. The reason I picked beans is because I always say cool beans. I say it all the time. I've done it pretty much all my life. I can't even remember a time when I haven't said cool beans for something that I liked. Or something somebody said that we're going to, hey, we're going to go to Disney World. I'd be like, cool beans. Yeah, I've always used it, so I can't remember a time when I haven't. But that's where the beans comes from. So that's why I say cool beans, because you know I say it all the time. I say it in every single video now. Cool beans. And thank you for watching. You know, I don't think people really understand like how much it actually does mean to me that you watch these videos, especially to this point. Even though it's rare, it really does mean the entire world to me. It does, and you guys are fantastic, fan-freaking-tastic. All right, and as always, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it, because you guys are awesome. All right, and thanks you for being awesome. All right, bye.